Namaskaram, namaste everyone. I'm Stella, I'm the facilitator of this South India pilgrimage and the visionary behind the inner experiences that people go through in this journey. I think the turning point for me is when I first came to India and I realized that in India, a lot of things look quite chaotic. Things are all over the place. They might not be to the standards of our comforts materially. But there was something very powerful that was happening to me in India on the level of the heart. It really felt like my heart is starting to change, to churn. I'm noticing inner experiences that I didn't have access to in the West. And I think that was a turning point for me. When I came here, when I experienced these magical moments for myself, and I thought, wow, we have not been able to tap into that in the West because we don't have the environment, we don't have the community, we don't have the practices, we don't have the presence, the rituals. All of that is in India. And so I thought, wow, I really need to bring people here. I hope that everyone finds a way, their own way of connection through the temples, through the journeys, the different experiences that are being facilitated here. I really hope that people find a connection back to themselves and discover ways of coming back home. You know, in the West, everything is very much about our external environment that we try to control on a daily basis. We try to have a nice house and a nice car and a good position at work and all these goals that we have, all these achievements. It's like, I need to tick this and this and this and this and this. And so our heart gets deprived from inner connection, from tuning in within and really understanding what is important for me, really. Why am I doing this? What is the point? And I wish for everyone that comes on this pilgrimage to discover what is important and to have time to tune in, to have time to listen, to have time to go inwards. And this is my hope, because if we all had a connection with our hearts, then I believe the world will be a different place for everyone. I think this pilgrimage reflects my own path in a way that I was always brought up to be very externally oriented myself. So I was brought up to go to a good university, get the education, get the great job, get the position, get the power, get the money, be successful, all of that. And at the age of 23, when I had achieved some success in my life, I realized how empty I was. So what is it that I need in order for me to feel fulfilled, to feel satisfied? And then when I came to India to learn about yoga and meditation and these amazing practices, I realized happiness does not come from my external environment. It's something on the level of the heart. And so this pilgrimage reflects my vision, my values in a way that go inwards, because everything you need is within. For you to be happy, for you to be at peace, it's all within. I think this pilgrimage is important for me because for me, in the end of the day, all I want to do is to be in a place of service to the world. There is nothing more satisfying to my heart than to be of service and to facilitate the journey of people's inner experiences. And so when it comes to all these practices that we'll be doing, I can see that people change. the way people arrived and the way people are now leaving, it's a full transformation. And what more do I need in my life than this? I think India has an important message to share with the world, which is we're all connected. First, on the level of us human beings, we're all connected, our consciousness is connected. We're connected with the beings, with the land, with the country, with our neighbors, with the animals, with the plants. And we're also connected to divinity, the God of your understanding, whatever that is. And I think what I really would love for people to take with them in their own way, in their own understanding, is how do I make devotion as part of my life? And devotion to creation, devotion to divinity, devotion to nature, devotion to the fact that we're so connected and there is a deeper intelligence that runs through us all here. And let's pay our respects to that. And I think then people will have resilience, they'll have trust, they'll surrender. And they'll feel that the weight that they're carrying is not meant for them to carry it by themselves. Because divinity and creation is always there to hold us. But we have to open our arms and receive the support. I think India was the place that I connected the most with on a personal way. And I think India is great with showing people that you don't have to be part of any religion. There are so many different practices here, there's so many different mantras, and there's so many different ways towards the self. And this existence of all these different paths and everything is working in harmony is inspiring. Because in our world at the moment, there's a divide. And I think India is a great place to represent that even when there are differences, let's come together, let's tolerate our differences, and also let's focus on our similarities, which in the end of the day is devotion. So I think this is why India, because I've never seen such diversity in any other country as India. I mean, the languages here is like more than 80, or I don't even know how many languages exist with the dialects and the foods. It's just spectacular, it's so different. But still people live in harmony together. Still people support each other. And I think this is why India, yeah. The unseen thread that is guiding this pilgrimage, I think, is divinity itself. In order to access these places, we have to be in a state of humility and a state of openness. And if we are not, then we are not able to access them because these places are beyond our mental understanding. And so when we have humility and openness and our hearts are ready to enter and are ready to surrender to those places, then we are able to experience something deeper. And so the divine thread, or the thread, is led by divinity. So what I'm offering is care, support for everyone. Being on this path for the last 8 years, it has been a very deep path. There has been a lot of change of who I was when I started and who I am now. And I think what I bring to this pilgrimage is compassion. And that compassion really comes from personal self-compassion, because the journey hasn't been easy. And I can only meet others deeply when I meet myself deeply. And so what I'm offering here on this pilgrimage is that freedom to meet yourself wherever you're at and support you through that journey. So it's honestly care and support. And obviously every day there will be yoga and meditation and different experiences. And so what I have to offer is the openness that whatever you're going through is okay. There's no right, there's no wrong. You are meeting yourself where you're at, and I'm holding the hand, walking with what I'm here to do. Mm.